Oh, yes. I was reading this RCW 9A.72.010. Yeah. There's these false statements as material should be determined by the court as a matter of law. Now, there's that oath includes an affirmation and every other mode authorized by law. Attesting to the truth of that which is stated in this chapter, written statement shall be treated as if made under oath if the statement was made on or pursuant to instructions on an official form bearing notice authorized by law to the effect that false statements made therein are punishable. The statement recites that it was made under oath. The declarant, the declarations, was aware of such recitation at the time he or she made the statement, intended that the statement should be represented as a sworn statement. And the statement was in fact so represented by its delivery or utterance with the signed jurat of an officer authorized to administer oaths appended thereto. The oath is required or authorized by law. Now these oaths, yes. What happened was, yes. Heidi traveled to Clallam County with my son's coach, and she made all kinds of declarations that I was crazy, that I was in prison, that I was dead, that I broke the protection order when you reissued it on May 31st, but I was found not guilty. Now, these oaths that are necessary when making declarations in a court of law, yes. Did you fact check anything that she said? Because as I remember it, we had an argument, right, on the morning of July 2nd of 2011. Yeah. And then she had me arrested. Somebody had arranged for plane tickets to be purchased, but I wasn't involved in the actual purchasing of the plane tickets. And then I did 2 evaluations where I had not drank or used drugs and I didn't commit any crimes. There was an argument. Pooch. Now, this no contact order that I don't remember seeing, did the prosecuting attorney's office on Guam take it upon themselves? See, let's say you had an argument as a couple, and after 10 years of marriage, it sometimes happens. Yes. And there was no assault, there was no harming of my children or doing anything considered mean or vindictive. Yes. And so she has me arrested, leaves the same day, leaves everything we own in the hotel room. Yes. And then I spend 10 days in jail, and during that time, she gets back here, you issue a protection order, while at the same time, the prosecuting attorney's office issued a no contact order when it was found that I hadn't actually committed any crimes. Now, I would think during diversion, yes, considering that it was parenting classes. Yes, it wasn't anger management. It was an argument. That a no contact order was completely unnecessary because you could probably do parenting classes while still be able to contact your wife and kids. Yes. Now, when we look at the diversion on Guam, did the prosecuting attorney decide to be a little bitch and issue a no contact order where I was not given any notice or opportunity to be heard? Now, I could understand if they issued it as a condition of completing the 7 hours of parenting classes. But as soon as the judge told me to complete the parenting classes, I did. Within 3 weeks, I got them done. Yes. I was at Erica's house, and we watched some videos, just thinking about those individuals that were there. Yeah. And as soon as I was done, I should have been on probation, but there shouldn't have been any constraints to me actually speaking to my this oath, the police report. Yes. Could you get me a copy of the Guamanian police report? Yes. Now, let's see. You issued a protection order without me getting any notice or opportunity to be heard. Yes. And then you served me on Guam when there was a no contact order that I didn't know about. Yes. But I had completed the parenting classes and it should have been removed. Yes. And then I get here. She files for dissolution of marriage 24 days after I had contacted Healthy Families of Clallam County. Yes. Because they didn't contact the police on the day that I called them. There seems to be this use of protection orders to have arrested respondents that want to call the Victims Advocacy Charity of Clallam County to find out, did you get the documentation from Guam? Now, this oath, okay, that police report that happened on the 24th or the 27th of May of 2012, where Officer LaRue took the report, or somebody else had said, well, he called and he tried to get a hold of her. I thought it was stupid on the part of Officer LaRue to not ask exactly when did this happen. Happened 24 days before then. Now, the problem is when a police report is taken, yes, you have to consider the validity of the oath of the actual police report. Yes. So the individual that you say committed domestic violence actually called you 20 days ago to find out if you got some documentation on Guam. Well, I think that was a fraudulent police report. If it had been, yes, that I was actually attempting to contact the petitioner through Healthy Families of Clallam County, I would have said that the police department would have said, wait a second here. He's not trying to contact her. He's contacting Victim Advocacy of Clallam County. No, you had no problem arresting me. You put me in jail for 3 days on Memorial Day of 2012. Yes, I went through a jury trial. Found not guilty, and you reissued it on May 31st, a week after she filed for dissolution of marriage. Now, this dissolution of marriage, yes, does it have certain forms that under oath you have to tell the truth? Let's say I got every form because I did read the dissolution of marriage. Yes. And it looked like a lot of the numbers that were used for the parenting plan, the custody, and the financial support were actually fraudulent numbers because I added them up. What happens when you fill out a fraudulent dissolution of marriage papers where the actual numbers are not correct? And I don't think you take seriously the oath necessary to petition a court for dissolution of marriage. I don't think you take seriously the necessary oath for filing a police report. Pouch! And then there's that whole incident that happened on December 31st of 2015 where there's a 2-count criminal complaint that I was in Sequim, Washington. Yes, where I emailed you multiple emails from that great... Now, let's say Officer Corey Hall. Oh, was there an actual police report? Because when I was reading the Officer's Training Manual of Oregon, yes, I think there had to be an actual signed police report of the allegation of violating a blah, 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 blah. A traffic citation under oath. Yes. Are you... How many documents are false statements of the petitioner? Since it was a false police report on Guam, I didn't commit any crime. We had an argument. She abducted my sons. She moved here. You issued a protection order after they'd issued a no contact order as a condition of diversion so that I could get my record expunged. Yes. Could you just explain